Now we're going to look at a system of linear equations. There are different methods we can use to solve it. This time we're going to use the substitution method. Let's look at our helpful hint. If one equation contains negative y, it is easier to solve for y by adding plus y to each side of that equation. Use this result to substitute for y in the second equation. Now, let's see how we can actually solve for y in the first equation. We have the equation 3x minus y equals negative 5. I'm going to add y to each side of the equation. The purpose of that is to get the y all by itself and have it be positive so we don't have so much chance for sign errors. Now we're going to add 5 to each side of the equation. Now, what we do in the substitution method is we pick one equation, in this case equation 1, and solve it for y, and we substitute it into equation 2. So instead of minus 2x plus 5 times y equals negative 14, I'm going to replace y by this expression, 3x plus 5. Let's see what happens. Minus 2x plus, now 5 times 3x is 15x, 5 times 5 is 25, and I have this equation, which I can do a little simplifying. Minus 2x plus 15x would give me 13x. Now I want to solve this equation for x. I have 13x plus 25 equals negative 14. If I added a negative 25 to each side, 13x would equal negative 39. If I divide each side by 13, this tells me x is negative 3. I'm going to use this result to go back now to equation 1 so that I can find out what y is. So we're going to keep our results. X equals negative 3. We're going to take it back to equation number 1. 3 times x, 3 times negative 3, minus y equals minus 5. Now 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. If I add 9 to each side, negative y equals a positive 4. Now we have to be careful here. We're not solving for negative y, we want y. So we need to make a step. Now many students do this. They say negative y is just like minus 1 times y. And what I need to do is divide each side of the equation by negative 1. That's a good idea. It is easier to keep track of the signs. So 4 divided by negative 1 is negative 4. So we have discovered x is negative 3, y is negative 4, and we usually write it as an ordered pair, negative 3, comma, negative 4. So the answer to the system of equations is the ordered pair, x is negative 3, y is negative 4, and we just write it in parentheses form, parentheses, negative 3, comma, negative 4.